Hello everybody, we are going to make kale salad today. I have two different varieties of kale, the red one and the leaf one. The red is a red boar kale and the leaf one is the blue Scotch curled. Because I harvest my kale during the winter, I've talked before about windburn, so all the kale that kind of has windburn, I've picked it all out. So now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stems out, and all I do is rip it out, okay? And you can grab the edge of the stem and pull it, and you can keep the bunch together. So I tend to eat the bunch of the stems out of the kale. Do you want a stem, Rosie? Easy. There you go. She likes the stems, I don't. Oh, Murphy needs a treat too. I hear you dancing underneath. Come here, Murphy. Murphy, sit. There you go. And then once you have all the stems off, you just chop, and I chop as small as possible. A lot of times you can use kale to make a slaw with a cream-based dressing, but today we're going to make a balsamic dressing. And as I put it in the bowl, I rub the kale together like this to massage it. So I'm massaging the kale to kind of break apart some of the tougher parts. And I do both the red and the green, and I like to combine the red and the green. The red, in theory, has more vitamins, so it is an excellent kale to add coloring. My kids never liked kale salad much, and they still don't, but they will tolerate it, and as long as I put other stuff with it. So this is kind of why we have some other things here to mix it with the kale to make it a little bit more palatable. And I will show you my big pile of stems here in a minute once I get it all finished. And when you're chopping kale, especially when you're using the big knives, you have to be careful to not cut yourself. We wash the kale. I'm assuming everybody knows to wash their greens before they use them. We wash them and we let them drip dry. Make sure you wash your hands before you start. So this is the salad, the base of the salad. Then I'm going to do something different. I have washed carrots. This simple kale salad is, I can make it in advance and it will keep for a couple of days. I'm using a hand grater, but you can use the food processor if you want. Here's one lot of carrots. We're going to put all the carrots. Sorry, Rosie, no carrots for you today. I find when you make a salad, it's a good idea to add ingredients that have different colors to make it more pleasing to your visual context. It seems that if you have a salad that's just plain, it doesn't always work. So we added carrots, just mix them up and see how it looks a little bit different. Okay, now we're going to do something non-traditional, daikon radishes. The daikon radishes is one of the few storage crops that actually has a little bit of a bite. And I find in this salad, they're actually quite mild. And then I have these that are pretty pink. These are watermelon radishes. And they're storage crops, so you can get them usually this time of year. And it is nice as something a little bit different. I like to eat the cabbage family raw. That's my favorite way of eating the cabbage family. So we tend to make a lot of salads with, you know, cabbage, kale, even broccoli. I love a nice broccoli salad. Now, I did the green daikon and the pink daikon. Let's mix her all up here. We're pretty multicolored here. Pink, purple, white, green. And I have leftover summer turnip, which the summer turnips are usually white, not orange. So I'm going to grate some of that in. And a lot of the times I'll do some and I'll take half the salad and make like a slaw with it, with mayonnaise or sour cream or with a cream-based dressing. And then I'll make this balsamic vinaigrette or a vinaigrette, just a plain vinaigrette with olive oil and vinegar. And that works well too. So that's your base salad. Okay, now, so vinaigrette, cider vinegar. And I go 1/3 of a cup of cider vinegar. Two-thirds of a cup of vinegar.
Olive oil.
Sorry. About a tablespoon of honey. And this is a simple vinaigrette that I make on a regular basis. And it's a quick and easy thing. And it is works really well. I just put all the ingredients in my mason jar. Give it a shake. And you shake it up until the honey is dissolved. Then you just add a little bit on here. And you toss it. And see, this is a nice vinaigrette because all the vegetables keep their color, so it's like a translucent vinaigrette. Add a little bit more. And this is actually one of Zigmar's favorite salad dressings. He doesn't like the big creamy stuff, so we use this one quite a bit, and we use it for any kind of vegetables, any kind of salad. But when you use root crops like I did and the kale, if you let it sit for about half an hour to an hour, it actually will sweeten up the vegetables. So it's a nice winter salad. Voila. And in the spirit of not using cellophane, I just put a plate on top. So then it's ready to use, and it can stay in the fridge 3-4 days. That's enough for 1 or 2 meals for Zigmar and I, but if we have friends come over for supper, it will last long. With the leftovers, sit, yes, easy. There's one for you and one for you. The dogs always get vegetables for a treat here. It's one of the best treats you can train your dog to like. It's good for their digestion, and it's very economical.